right? That's what they do. Come on, take back. No, you come back. You come back now.
Alright, come. Okay.
I'm not doing it. You're doing it.
Alright. Go on. What are you saying?
Hey, what lodge do you attend?
It's the Imperial Lodge in London. That's my dad's one. And you know what they do?
Yeah.
They have a big flag. They have a big blue book.
You're supposed to be a big part of that in regards to the question of black as an identity.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you can give you a brief point of view on how that goes.
Content over everything.
Okay. Okay. Yo, I sent you a post. Did you see it in the group? You ain't seen the video. Like, there's a video, somebody explained it in like literally under 1 minute. And I couldn't do better than that. But okay, I'll do it quickly. Real quick, class. So we got black identity, right? Alright. So the question is, I'm going to do this by questioning, right? Questions. We were just speaking about Socrates a minute ago, so I'm going to do speak like Socrates did. Alright, cool. Jeez. Alright, so my question to you is this, right? In Africa itself, right? Prior to about 1600, to the 1600s, right? Did anybody call themselves black? That's my question. Anybody call themselves black? No. Cool. Cool. Take root of that, right? Take root of that. My brother, what are you? What are you? What ethnicity do you come from? Zulu. What's next to your Zulus? Zulu, Sotu, Shonas. Keep going. Keep going. Swazi. Let me jump to my Somaliland brother. Somali. My brother, what ethnicity is around you?
I'm from the Hawiya tribe.
The Hawiya tribe. Yeah, I love that. What others? You have the Darut tribe. What else? You got the Isaac tribe. What else? The Dir.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's enough to explain a fact.
I'm from the Voodoo tribe.
The Voodoo tribe, my man. Yeah?
I'm from the Hawiya tribe.
Hawiya tribe, yeah? We shout out all of that. So we realized that indigenous Africans, right, never utilized the term black. Because of course black is what? An English term, right? And we know that they themselves, they call themselves by the Ewe.
Yeah, I'm Ewe.
Oh, shouts out to my Ewe brother.
That's why I said where the Voodoo.
Man knows. Come on, G. We'll discuss later, right? So we realized that the people within inside of Africa themselves, they enable themselves via their tribes, all right? Their ethnicity is their tribes, rather than this whole
I'm trying to keep it going.
My goodness. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Listen, right? I'm not even going to tell you what's over on this side of the equator, baby. I'm not going to tell you. But if you... All right. Let's not get distracted, right? Keep on focus. So, we realized that the Africans themselves, within inside of the continent, right? They had their ethnicities, which was based upon their tribes. Never called themselves black, right? There was not this monolith black that came about. So how did this term black actually come about? How? That's right. We went through a situation. That situation was what? That situation was called the transatlantic slave trade, right? Where a group of various different nation states, ethnicities, tribes, and so forth, right? Clans, they got kidnapped and transported over into the Americas, got transported over into Latin America, got transported over into the Caribbean, right? And whilst over there, there was a form of isolation and a form of seasoning, right? You know, when you get all these different people from all these different ethnicities, and you just threw them into one big pot, right? And then you start adding the ingredients and you start stewing them up right now. You think what I'm saying, right? You got this whole melting pot that took place over in the Caribbean, over in the Northern America and Southern America, right? And that whole seasoning process was the construction of something they already had pre-planned and pre-programmed, which was the black identity and the black culture. Are you with me? I don't think y'all with me, man. Now you ain't with me. You ain't with me. I said what?
We heard you.
I said what?
That's right.
I said a group of people from various different clans, nation states, and tribes and ethnicities got transported, right? Got transported after being kidnapped, abused, tortured, right? And held in captivity, right? They got transported all the way over to the North America, South America, and also the Caribbean. And there was a whole construction of a black identity and a black culture. Why was there a construction and a creation of a black identity and a black culture? Let me know. Tell me no. Come on, man. Tell me, family. Why was that created? Why? Why? It was the creation of the slave. We cannot have these people knowing that they're free men and women, not knowing their identity, not knowing how powerful they are, because otherwise what would happen? You got these big hard body Zulus, these big hard bodies Yorubas, these big hard body Ewe people, and they're coming over, and you think that some little man can harm these people. They had to get psychologically imprisoned, not just physically imprisoned. It's easy to physically imprison somebody, but what happens when you physically imprison somebody? Let me know. There's been a big program on this, a whole series. It's called Prison Break. Every man that's been to prison or been...
That's the origins of the label black. There you see in this modern day and age, is there any practical benefit using that label?
There is, technically speaking, there isn't really, but for, how can I put it? For ease of language, we can call ourselves blacks. We can call ourselves niggas if we want to, for ease of language, right? But it depends on your mind state. It depends on your mind state. What I mean by that is, right, there is a mind state of people, right? For example, I can call you my nigga, right? Then there's other people, depending upon their mind state, they understand and they realize, right, that their forefathers have been inside of slavery, right? And it's like me saying, wagwan nigga to my grandfather. Like, that state of mind will give me a straight backhand because they understand that word and that usage of word, right? But I can say it to man them like you or man them on the road and they understand it differently. So based upon the perception of the word, the value of it is completely different. One is to cause offense and one is to be like, alright, cool, you can call me that, right? So I'm saying that it depends on the mind state to whether you want to use black or not. But if you understand it, then why would you use it? Like for me, I understand the usage of the term nigger. So I wouldn't be using it. If I won't call my mom it, if I won't call my grandma it, or my granddad it, or my great grandparents it, then I wouldn't call you or anybody else underneath me it. And the same as the term black. There's no need for me to do it. But for the ease of language and communicating with people that understand it, I will utilize it. Dig? Dig. Because that whole black, remember the language, yeah? The language affects your actual state.
Well, Kalem, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Maji.
Where does language come from?
Language comes from the mind of human beings and their tongues.
How did that develop?
It developed via human beings trying to communicate with each other. So one person is saying, I want food. One person saying, I want sex.
Each other?
But how do we say it without doing sign language?
Huh?
Go ahead.
How do you communicate, yeah?
Yeah.
With that, you know what I'm saying though? Like basically, yeah? You know you can communicate without talking.
Yeah. That's right.
So,
8% of language is non-verbal.
Why did it become verbal?
Why did it become verbal? Ooh, that's a hard body question. I can go into the esoterical and exoterical on that one. So some people, right, you will hear it like prior to us verbally speaking, we used to communicate via our minds. Some people say telepathy and so forth, right? But I'm not even going to go there because that's like a narrow level. Like we need some new people who can start speaking them type of ways, right? But I'm going to speak from a very physical level. The reason why we moved away from non-verbal communication to verbal communication, we understood that it could extend much further. You dig what I'm saying? So instead of just like saying like, let's just say sign language, right? Instead of just saying like, I want that, right? I can now verbally say it to you and you can verbally say it to someone else.
How did the words come about?
How did the words?
Yeah, the words.
Words came about via us actually seeing things within inside of nature. Sometimes we'll imitate those
words.
Things. Yeah, words, yeah. Sometimes we'll imitate those words within inside of nature.
If
to
I
say
say
something.
imitate, where did imitate come from?
So for example, what I mean by this, right, is this, right?
Now the word imitate.
Yeah, no. Let me
how did you formulate it?
Yeah, let me show you something, right? Yeah. This is how it's usually done, right? So we see certain things within inside of nature, right? We can see like, let's say a cat, and we see that it goes meow. So then some of our, in certain African languages, we might just say cat is equated to meow, or a dog is equated to wolf, or water is equated to moo or something like that, right?
So
you understand? And cows moo and so forth, right?
Imitate.
So when we're saying this is the sound that this object makes,
okay.
So we would imitate that to say that we know what it is.
Imitate makes?
What word? does imitate make?
What?
So the word imitate
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
abstract word, right? So when we started to develop the human mind or psychology started to develop more, we started to utilize symbolism at a much more higher level. So even just saying move a cow is symbolism. We're utilizing a certain sound or phoneme
So
to
where
represent
did
an
the
object.
word move come from?
Again, so I'm saying to you, it's the same thing, right? It's
No,
an
no,
it's an
what
abstract
made you
concept.
think
It's a verb.
about move as a word?
Like we got to be educated into the specific language of English, right? That's how it came about, because we got educated into it, and these words were constructed for our social
What country
usage.
from? Sorry.
Grenada in Nigeria. Yeah, all right. When we to break down the language, you know, going to language, the makeup of language. So where were we though? Hey, S1E4.1, where were we? Black identity, you know, that good stuff there. How far did it? How did it progress?
There's things from outside.
Come take over everything from your melody.
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Hey, what? Leon, want me to drop some bars, man? Abdi, bring the tunes. Bring the tunes. Hey, listen, what's it?
Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube now.
Yo,
Go on.
listen.
Talk about Yemen.
Listen. Jeez, fam.
Talk
Oh, you
about
yo.
Yemen.
All right.
We've been talking about
Listen.
it.
Let's do this. Hold on. Killamonga. Now I need you to be here, B. I need you to be here. Come on.